A man charged with murdering 3 women in Tulsa last year had a court hearing today, and 9 people testified. Police say Terrell Brooks killed Tyra Whitaker and dumped her remains in a shallow grave in January of 2022. And they say a couple of months later in the spring, he killed star rainbow dancer and Elizabeth Dillard within days of each other. News on 6's Ashlyn Brothers tells us about today's testimony. Ashlyn?
Well, Lori, the mother of Tyra Whitaker, was emotional when she gave her testimony today in court about the last time she saw her daughter. She says that last time she saw Tyra was her driving away in a truck with Brooks last January, and Tyra's remains were found that April.
This case was based, as we said in court, on a lot of circumstantial evidence. We had more witnesses than average for the preliminary hearing.
Prosecutors say Terrell Brooks killed star rainbow dancer, a woman he'd been dating, Elizabeth Dillard, a woman he had only met days earlier, and his girlfriend Tyra Whitaker, whose remains were found in a shallow grave months after she went missing in January of last year.
You heard from lay witnesses that tied each of the 3 victims together and showed from our testimony in court that Terrell Brooks was the common thread between each of those victims.
Witnesses testified about the last time they saw and heard from the victims, the type of relationship Brooks had with the women, and many gave similar descriptions of his truck and talked about arguments and fights between Brooks and the victims. One inmate testified Brooks confessed to him while the 2 men were in jail together. Brooks' friend's mother testified Brooks had even joked to her and others about killing one of the victims, Elizabeth Dillard.
Of course, the defendant is always presumed not guilty until proved beyond a reasonable doubt by either a plea or a jury trial. So he retains those rights here. This is just the first step in the process to prove our case, and we'll continue to do so.
Additional witnesses will testify on May 22nd, possibly May 25th as well. And at that point of time, the judge will determine whether or not there's enough evidence to order Brooks to stand trial. Live in Tulsa, Ashlyn Brothers, Oklahoma's Own, News on 6.